Well, good morning. Welcome to another Kickstart. It's Wednesday, the 24th.
Yeah, hump day. Can you believe it?
Hump day. Hump day.
Hump day. That's one of my favorite Geico commercials.
That's right. So we're going to start you off with an inspirational quote. Brad's going to give you a tip for today, and then I'll give you a fun fact, and we'll start it off and with Mr. Jim Rohn again. He says, start from wherever you are and with whatever you got. Short and sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Where else could you start? From wherever you are, where you are right now,
Yeah.
and what you got. But the important part is that first word, start.
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 Get moving. Get going.
Right. Get out of that chair.
Mm-hmm.
Started.
Well, there's so much truth to that, isn't there? Because a lot of times people do that. They just keep their planning hat on and they keep planning and planning and planning. But until we get out there and actually start putting the boards up to build the house, we're never going to have any walls.
That's right. When this happens, then I can start. Or when this thing comes into my life, then I can start. Or when I learn this, then I can start. Well, that learning that is starting.
Absolutely.
Go out and get that thing. If you're waiting for it, go get it.
Mm-hmm.
Go do that thing you're waiting for to happen. Go do it.
Yeah, exactly. And so, let's tie that in with the tip of the day. The day's tip is the value of your ideas. Because I think this happens a lot. Would you say that, Jay, where we come up with these ideas, but then we never take action on them?
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I've experienced that many times.
Yeah, it happens a lot. Again, I always like to put that out there. We're all human. We all have this challenge, I think. However, the people who are successful are able to just, like Jim Rohn said, just start.
Yeah.
No matter where I am, just start. And so it's amazing how much, you'll never have support unless you start. That's the other thing too.
That's right.
But when we talk about these values or the value of our ideas, all of us have had those passing thoughts where we're using a product or there's a service out there that's provided and we think, man, this would be so much better if they did this.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then why don't we do anything about it? Why don't we be the ones that jumps on it and says, you know what, I'm going to make this better. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it out there to, I'm going to put it out there to a company somewhere and they'll build it. If you do that, if you come up with the idea for it and put it together and go get it, what's that not trademark? What's the word I'm looking for? Yeah. And get that all sewn up there legally. Guess what? You can present that thing out there and you'll find somebody who'll make it. You don't have to have millions of dollars. You just need the idea. As a matter of fact, the majority of our songs that are out there that other bands sing, most of the songs are written by people just like you and me that are sitting in our homes that come up with an idea for a lyric or something like that. We write those down and you sell those songs. There's places that buy them from you. And if the thing goes big, you can make a lot of money and you're not even the one singing it. So if your talent is writing songs, write the songs. Okay. Yep. You don't have to be the best singer out there. Just do good at what you're what you're good at and love it, and things will open up for you. You'll have opportunities. Because like with the ideas, I like to use the story of Bill Gates, and this is just kind of a Reader's Digest version. Yes, there's a lot more there, and some, I know there's a lot being said about Mr. Bill Gates right now, but we want to stay away from the political side of things. But we want to give credit where credit's due. When he started out, he had this idea because Bill Gates was somebody who liked to learn, and when he was young, very young age, he wanted to learn, and he was just excelling in school so quickly he was getting bored. He actually graduated from high school when he was 16 years old, and he just came up with this idea because he was tired of going to colleges and going to classes and having people tell him what he had to learn. He wanted to learn what he wanted to learn, and that was it. And he felt like he was being very limited there. So he came up with this concept because computers were just starting to be a big thing at the time. And he knew that computers could hold a lot of data. All right. And so he just had this idea, what if we could put all the books and all the information on computers and people could pull up whatever they wanted to whenever they wanted to? It's not the internet. I want to make sure that's clear there.
Yeah.
That wasn't his driving force. That wasn't even an idea at the time. But he just thought if we could put all this information on these computers and that everybody in America could have a PC, a personal computer in every home, that would just change things. Well, as he started out trying to figure all this out, well, at that particular time, the computers were how big, Jay? They were as big as your wall. They were huge. And so, and they cost like $10,000 at the time. And that was like the price of a house, is about what the going price for computers were when he first got started. So that was the one thing that he needed to do. He needed to figure out, okay, how can I get these things smaller? And then he realized that not everybody wanted to learn computer language. He realized that most Americans are lazy. They don't want to, they just want something where they can click a button. And so he had to come up with an operating system, something that was very easy that people could just get right on there, click, click, and all this, and it would be very easy for him to do. Well, he failed at it over and over and over again. Okay. Well, then one day he came across a gentleman who happened to write the program DOS, disk operating system, right? Well, somebody else had written the thing, and the guy just wanted nothing to do with it. He says, man, I'm done. I've been pushing this everywhere. Nobody will take it. I just want out. Well, Bill saw an opportunity there. So he bought the DOS licensing from the gentleman, bought all the software and everything. And then he was able to go and partner with a bunch of other major computer companies, and he licensed the software in his name. And that's how he, eventually became Windows. And that's how,
right.
But look at all the computers in the world that have Bill Gates software on there. Okay. Now I bring this up to say, does Bill Gates have value? Well, of course, yeah, he has value, billions and billions of dollars. However, that's not the point I'm wanting to make today. That idea, now whether Bill Gates thought he would be a multi-billionaire or not, I don't know. I've never talked to him, but the fact that he has created what he has created now, and look at all of the jobs that are out there. Look at all the companies that have been created because of the idea of having these PCs in everybody's home that Bill had. Okay. A matter of fact, at one point there were over 3 million new millionaires in America that were tied some way, shape, or form, that were doing specific computer things, whether it be software, whether it be the actual computers themselves, whether it be networking systems, all this stuff. All these companies were created because to pile on or to stack on to what Bill Gates' ideas were. Now, yes, there's been other people that do that too, but I want to challenge every one of you out there that are listening to this today. Okay. What are your ideas? What are the things you've come up with that nobody else has thought of? Take one of them and run with it. You never know what it's gonna, you never know where it's gonna go. Okay. But I just what do you think, Jay? Is that a good enough challenge for everybody out there?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, I wished I'd have acted on a few of the ideas I had when I was younger, and that would have been a lot more fun. I don't know. I've had a lot of fun in my life, but that'd have been more interesting with some of the things that I've had ideas run through my head. So, but yeah, everybody ought to take one idea they've had. If they know a product that could be improved, if there's something that they need, a need that they have, that they can figure out something that makes that job easier, the task easier, whatever, it's sure, those ideas that come in your head that say, it'd sure be nice if, listen to those ideas that said, it sure would be nice if, and act on them.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
well, all righty. That's my tip for the day.
Okay. Well, today, our day is the American Diabetes Association Alert Day.
Okay.
This one-day wake-up call informs the American public about the seriousness of diabetes and encourages all to take the diabetes risk test. Okay. Make sure you talk to your doctor or whoever and talk about this risk test. Now, here's some diabetic facts or diabetes facts. Diabetes impacts approximately 34.2 million Americans.
Wow.
That's about 10.5% of the U.S.
I was going to
population.
say that's 10%, isn't it? Wow.
Yeah. Of those living with diabetes, 7.3 million, or 1 in 7 adults, don't know they have it.
Mm.
The risk of developing diabetes increases with age, but there are other factors too. There's ethnic background may increase your risk. In addition, or an additional 1.5 million Americans are diagnosed with diabetes each year.
Wow.
Now, there are two types. We all know of type 1 diabetes, is more genetic. It's not preventable.
Right.
It can be managed well with insulin injections. Managing type 1 diabetes might also require frequent blood sugar monitoring, eating healthy foods, exercising regularly, and maintaining a healthy weight.
Right.
But education is key to learning how to manage symptoms of type 1 diabetes. However, type 2, which I think is actually more prevalent, is more preventable, and some actions can be taken. There's ways to prevent type 2 diabetes. You eliminate sugar and refined carbs. That's the hard part for me.
Yeah, that's because I love bread. That's my
bread and sugar are my two weaknesses. I am addicted.
Yes.
So work out regularly and avoiding a sedentary lifestyle. Make water the primary beverage of your life. Maintain a healthy weight, quit smoking, eat a high fiber diet, optimize vitamin D levels, and take natural herbs such as curcumin and berberine that increase insulin sensitivity. Type 2 diabetes is not preventable for everyone. However, making healthy life choices provides the best chance of not getting it.
Yeah.
In the United States, 9 out of every 10 cases of diabetes can be avoided if the above lifestyle changes are implemented. Families, schools, workplaces, communities, and healthcare providers can all work together to make healthy choices easy ones.
Absolutely.
So take the test, take a risk test, take care of yourself. If you got good ideas, you got to be able to take care of your body so you can see those ideas to fruition. So
yeah,
my father had diabetes and had problems, that type 2 diabetes, and had problems with it. And so that has directly affected me. I don't have diabetes yet, but I'm trying to make sure I'm
stay away from it
than I have been.
Yes.
So
I know there's a lot more treatments available now than even 4 or 5 years ago. And so if that's something that you're thinking that you have, and you can read the symptoms on online or whatever, but yeah, go get yourself checked out because it can be reversed.
Yep.
In many cases, like Jay said,
doctors have a lot of tools.
Yeah, there's a lot of tools to work with.
So
well, that's great.
So, yeah. So who's our guest after our Kickstart today, Brad?
Well, it's going to be me.
All right. Well, you're here.
I know everybody's well, when I say everybody, we've been doing these for what, 4 weeks now, 3 or 4 weeks now, and so people are getting to know me, and you pretty well. I love all the comments we're getting about everybody, but appreciate that. But I won't take long. Matter of fact, let me just go ahead and say this right now, if that's okay, Jay, and then we can wrap it up.
Absolutely. Let's talk about your podcast.
But my podcast is called Resilience, which is the name of the station. It's Resilience with Brad Neufeld. It airs on the station Monday through Friday for at 8 o'clock in the morning. So anyway, my focus is this, and the whole reason I have this, all of us have had our challenges throughout our lives, and I've been a person who's had a lot myself. Matter of fact, I've been supporting myself since I was 13. My family just had a few, quite a bit financial challenges, and though we remained in contact and everything, we were, I had to go live with another family, and so the family I lived with was clear back in Alabama. I grew up on a 4,000 acre soybean farm, and that was quite the experience. But at that point, I was having to work to keep a roof over my head. I was working on the farm there. It started out at $1.85 an hour, so that'll give you a little bit of my you can go back when how much minimum wage. Actually, I was making less than minimum wage because on a farm you can do that. But anyway, I've just had a life of ups and downs, and just and after beating myself up in my early 20s and thinking, man, why did this happen to me? Why did things not go my way? Why didn't I have a lot of the opportunities that most teenagers have through high school? Because I had to work full time to, like I say, to survive. I finally just had a feeling come over me, you know what, maybe this happened for a reason. And I found a niche with working with at-risk youth. And so I chose that as a profession. Well, that blossomed into working with all of the parents of those at-risk youth. And it just turned out to be a wonderful career. But I was able to derive from many of the challenges that I had, knowledge that was able to help me to be that mentor for people and helping them get through the tough times and things. So that's just something I really enjoy doing. And so what I do on my podcast is I bring guests on who have been there, done that. People who have overcome the challenges successfully and been able to now tell you what they did to get there. And so I focus a lot on that. And occasionally I'll do a solo show and talk about some of the things that I've been talking about over the years, whether it be in public speaking formats or working with families, and share a lot of the experiences that I've had. But that's just something I like to do. It's resilience. It's about doing everything you can to keep going until you get success. And so, yeah. But like I say, Monday through Friday, you can hear me right here on the station at resiliencetalknetwork.com, resiliencetalknetwork.com, and you can pick up those podcasts. And
Well, let me tell you from personal experience, Brad is a fantastic teacher, and he's got a depth of knowledge that is amazing. And he's taught me a lot about a lot of different things, broadcasting and just about life in general. So I appreciate you bringing me into the fold, Brad. And
thank you, Jay.
Together for us.
Thank you.
So, well, I guess that is a wrap up for today for our morning Kickstart. We remind you, if you're on Facebook, like our page, like and like and share, so all your friends can see our morning Kickstarts as well. If you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. You can listen to our radio station on resiliencetalknetwork.com. We'd love to see you there. You can listen to all our archive shows there. Please leave us a comment. Let us know what you'd like to know about. We're also asking this week for you to leave a comment on whether you'd like this Kickstart in the morning as its own separate little podcast that you can download and find easier, and have out there on all the little podcast outlets. So love to find out what you think. Let us know, give us a comment, and we'll see you tomorrow morning.
All right, we'll see ya.